Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bikum. And welcome to TechByte on Salam Media. My name is Faizel Patel, just gone 5 minutes past 7 o'clock on this Sunday evening. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening for the technology show. There's a lot we're going to be speaking about this evening, including a foldable laptop. We're going to be speaking about Microsoft, and also we're going to be speaking about the Artemis 1 launch. Now, if you don't know about Artemis, well, basically, this is NASA's rocket that is on its way to the moon. And that's going to be giving some surveillance information so that man can once again go to the moon. So remember, you can interact with me in a number of ways on this particular platform. Alternatively, you can get me on Twitter at Faizel Patel 143. You can even get me on Instagram at Faizel Patel 143, on Facebook.com// Faizel Patel, and my YouTube channel, which is also Faizel Patel. So check it out and also subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. So as I mentioned, a lot to come in the show today. But before we do that, remember that the World Cup has also started. And no doubt before the program started, that is the technology program, we've seen the host country, that is Qatar, and playing against Ecuador. And if you missed that score, well, basically Qatar, unfortunately, very sadly, 2-0 down in the first game of the World Cup. So a lot to look forward to in the World Cup. If you are a sports fan, 64 games that's going to be played and going to be very, very exciting. No doubt you watched the opening ceremony as well. It was quite exhilarating. So that's just my little input on the World Cup. No doubt I'll be following it as well. I would love to hear who you are following, well, or who you will be supporting. I'm actually supporting Portugal, and a lot of you will ask why, because my wife is Portuguese, and I feel a sense of solidarity towards Portugal. So I will be supporting them in the World Cup. And my second team for the World Cup, obviously, is Germany. I love Germany and also Saudi Arabia, which I will be supporting in this particular World Cup. But my first and foremost team that I will be cheering on for is Portugal. But anyway, let's go on to the tech show. And this is a very exciting tech show, as I mentioned. And I'm going to share some information with you, which is quite exciting with regards to a foldable laptop. So I got a video that we're going to be playing just now. I will give the cue to my engineer to play the video, and then you can see what I'm actually talking about. So the Asus Zenbook 17 Fold looks straight out of a science fiction movie with its massive 17-inch foldable OLED display boasting a number of features. This is the most futuristic laptop, dear listeners and viewers, I've used all year. Albeit being worried about carrying it around with me in case something happens. And the reason for that is because it's quite expensive. Now, in 10 seconds, the ZenBook Fold transmutes from a compact notebook to a comfortable workstation, and in the evening to a TV, like if you want to watch the World Cup and you can stream whatever you want. The 17.3-inch OLED display has a hinge in the middle, allowing you to fold it in half like a book, except it's a book with a pair of 12.5-inch OLED touchscreens instead of pages. I had an opportunity to play around with this ZenBook for a few weeks, thanks to Asus and Marseille, who is the PR lead for that particular company. And I can tell you that I showed you the Fold phone, that's the Samsung Galaxy Fold, and I've showed you some others as well, and we've talked about others. But have you ever seen a foldable laptop? I mean, this is just something amazing. It is quite expensive, as I mentioned, and it looks like this is the way technology is going to go, in a sense that we need versatility in our lives. So it's as big as an A4 diary. I mean, you can slip it into a handbag as opposed to a normal backpack, and you just got a whole tablet that unfolds in front of you. So I'm going to ask my engineer now, Brother Sadiq, to play that video for you. This is on my YouTube channel. We're only playing you about 6 minutes of the video, so you can check out the rest of it, the full review of the Asus ZenBook Fold 17-inch OLED on my YouTube channel at Faizel Patel 143. But feast your eyes on this foldable laptop. Amazing, amazing device. It was unveiled at IFA earlier this year. Check this out. Hello everyone, this is Faizel with another video. Hope you are all well and staying safe. I know I'm in a different environment and there's a reason for that, because today I received a parcel from Asus. So I needed a bigger space than my desk to do the unboxing, and I just want to say thank you to Marseille from Asus for sending me this, and let's check what's in this box. I was very excited about this. It's a phenomenal piece of equipment. It's a wonderful device and I've been looking forward to reviewing it. All right, let's check what's inside, guys. This is very, very exciting. You're not going to believe what's in here. Okay, guys, let's check it out. I have the bag, which the computer comes with. Let's put that aside. And then I have a massive insert. It is quite heavy. All right. So I'm going to put the box aside before we check what's inside. Also in this box, we do have the power adapter and the cable that charges the laptop. So let's put that aside. Okay guys, so the time has come to check what's in this insert. Now, there are foldable phones, you've seen them, but imagine a foldable laptop. Stop imagining, guys, because this is exactly what Asus announced during a live streamed event, the groundbreaking Zenbook 17 Fold OLED, the world's first 17.3-inch foldable OLED laptop. And guys, I have it in my hand here. Let's check what's inside. Okay guys, so now that I've told you what it is, nice bold display on the front of the box, Fold OLED. Let's check what's inside. So in the box, we do have the device, guys. Check this out. Sure, that is amazing. I'm going to open it up in a second. Look at the shine. It looks like a shimmer. Absolutely amazing. It just glows. Okay, guys. So that's the laptop. I'll open it up now. Also in here, we do have the keyboard. Let me check that out. So that is the keyboard with a trackpad. I'm going to put that aside. The other insert, let's check what's inside. So in here, you do have a cable or a dongle, which is USB-C and a USB. And then you have some documentations. I am so excited. So I'm just going to put this on that side. So check out this laptop, guys. This is the side of it, right? That's the front. This is the other side. And this is the back. And this is how it looks underneath. Okay? And then this is the top of it, guys. Look at this color. I mean, I'm just mesmerized by the shine. It looks amazing. Okay, it's time, guys. Let's open this beauty. Check this out, guys. A foldable laptop. When have you seen a foldable laptop? The camera's there. Absolutely amazing. Let's fold it closed. That is a foldable laptop. Can you believe it? It's time to switch this beauty on. So let's open it. Now I did connect it to an electrical outlet because the battery was flat. So let's power it on. It's Asus in search of incredible. How stunning is this, guys? Check this out. Yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. This is landscape. If I turn it, it goes into portrait. I mean, this is the size of a monitor. Check this out. Absolutely amazing. And you can fold it in half. Okay guys, so the Asus Zenbook 17 Fold looks straight out of a science fiction movie with its massive 17-inch foldable OLED display boasting a number of features. Guys, this is the most futuristic laptop I've used all year, albeit being a bit worried about carrying it around with me in case something happens. Now in 10 seconds, the Zenbook Fold transmutes from a compact notebook to a comfortable workstation, and in the evening to a TV. Now this 17.3-inch OLED display has a hinge in the middle. All right, so that's just a basically sneak peek of the video I actually did this afternoon after reviewing that Asus Zenbook Fold. Obviously, there's a whole review video on my YouTube channel. If you want to get the whole review, go check out my YouTube channel at Faizel Patel 143. Now, I'm not going to give away the price here because it is quite pricey. And I can tell you that it doesn't matter whether you got the Zenbook or whether you got a phone. Well, they should have some sort of security on your devices in case it does get lost. And for notebook this price, I mean, let's give you a sort of a tidbit. It's over 50,000 Rand for this particular laptop, and there's a lot of features on it. I showed you that you can fold it in half, you can use it as a laptop, you can use it as a tablet. It's so compact. You see it in my hands. I could just slip it into a handbag. You can use it on a plane. It is just a wonderful device, but extremely pricey. And we know that foldables are making an entrance into the market with the phones. We've seen the Galaxy Z Fold 4. We've seen the Mate X also from Huawei, and also the Z Flip 4 from Samsung. So a number of devices coming out. Even Oppo's got its own with Finding N, and we're going to be speaking about Oppo now as well. So a wonderful device. It is quite pricey. I think it is good for businessmen, for CEOs, and even for those that want to spend on a laptop and you don't want to buy a laptop and a tablet. Everything comes into one, and it comes with a keyboard as well. So let's take an example. If you buy a decent sized laptop or decent laptop, it costs you around 20 odd thousand Rand. And if you buy a tablet, if it's an Apple one, it's going to cost you around 17,000, and you're going to buy a whole lot of other gadgets for it. It can possibly come out to around 60,000 Rand. So this is how much this one, more or less. I'm not giving you the price. You're going to have to check it, but it's over 50, between 50 and 60,000 Rand. But the full review is available on my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. But I really had fun reviewing this particular device. I was scared to carry it out because it's so expensive. You don't want something to happen to it, or drop, or whatever it is. And that's the case with all my devices. I spoke last week about the iPhone that I bought, and normally my products, especially when I trade them in or when I sell them, are in extremely good condition with no scratches at all. Not little, no scratches at all. So check out that video and let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below on that YouTube channel. Now, coming on to another story, this is also quite amazing. Microsoft, and some of you may be banking with NetBank, they've now collaborated to drive Pan-African sustainability. So let's speak a little bit about it. The partnership is expected to focus on driving multiple programs to amplify the United Nations 17 Global Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs as we know them, with technological advancements, and to participate in the growing green market ecosystem basically easily and more responsibility. So with the market leading advancements from Microsoft like Cloud for Sustainability, NetBank will leverage the greater digital capability that Microsoft has created, basically to expedite environmental, social, and government ESGs impact across the continent in geographies where it has operations and clients. So we've seen a lot about this talk at the COP17 that took place, and we need to ensure that this planet, which has gifted to us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the earth that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has gifted us, that we make sort of effort to look after it. And then I speak about climate change. As I mentioned, the African continent is disproportionately affected by threats caused by climate change. droughts, floods, and increasing water scarcity, which all have negative effects on the food systems and people's livelihoods. So it can rain, there can be floods, but if it doesn't rain in the catchment areas, it really does no serve no purpose because the water doesn't go into the areas that we actually need. So you can check out the story. It is available on the Citizens website at citizen.co.za and click on the technology tab or search for the technology tab and you will find it there, inshallah. And just a reminder to the viewers for this evening as well that if you do miss the show, don't stress because Salam Media does podcast this. It goes onto the YouTube channel, so if you do miss it, you can then check it out there as well. Let's move on to our next story. We know that Oppo is another wonderful brand, wonderful. They launched their Reno 8 Pro earlier this, well, in a month or so ago. I spoke about it. I did a review of it as well. It is available on my YouTube channel. If you are interested in buying that phone, go check it. But they made some huge announcements recently, and they are now partnering with a company called Qualcomm. Now, for those that don't know Qualcomm, it's basically a chip company, and they're going to bring innovation to smartphones. So that's a very, very big announcement. So just to give you some details about it, they announced that it will be collaborating with Qualcomm in ray tracing graphics for mobile devices. And they're speaking about boosting efficiency. So at the Snapdragon Summit, Oppo demonstrated the breakthroughs achieved in collaborating with Qualcomm Technologies and Google to implement Google Vertex AI neutral architecture or search. That's what it's called, Google Nest, on a smartphone for the first time. So very, very exciting there. And innovative technology. We're always looking for innovative sort of products and everything that can make our lives easier. As a long-term partner, Qualcomm Technologies, Oppo has also announced it will use the latest launch premium Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 mobile platform in its next foldable Find X devices. I was speaking about the Find X. The Find X is basically Oppo's foldable device. Now, the company's collaboration with Qualcomm Technologies has reached a new stage. This is what Peter Lau, the Senior Vice President and Chief Product Officer at Oppo, basically said. And in mobile experience, I think we all want the wonderful experience from our devices. Visitors to the Snapdragon Summit were able to experience this ray tracing technology on live gaming demos. If you love your games, then you'll be excited about it. Running on a smartphone device powered by Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 mobile platform with multiple ray tracing effects turned on, top mobile games can run at a steady 60 frames per second. So, for those that don't understand what frames per second means, is how quickly the frames or how quickly your phone screen refreshes. 60 frames per second, you get up to 120 hertz and even higher as well, right? So while providing lifelike shadows and also reflections for the highest gaming visual quality. So again, that story available on the Citizen website at citizen.co.za. Please check it out there. All right, coming on to another story that I want to share with you this evening is the Artemis 1, which is blasted off now to the moon. This was very exciting. I was actually a rush when I wrote the story because I had I think about 20 minutes to write it. They were actually counting down 20 minutes, and NASA sent me the press release quite late, and I had to scurry and write the story. So NASA's beleaguered Artemis 1 moon mission rather is officially one small step closer to reality with the launch of its most powerful rocket ever. The mission team began fueling the rocket Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida before the Tangerine Space Launch System finally flared to life, lifting off from the Launch Complex 39B at the Kennedy Space Center early on Wednesday morning. If you didn't see that launch, I did include a Twitter video on that particular launch. You can check it out on the article, or you can check out my Twitter handle because I've got it there. And then the countdown began, as I mentioned. This is the third time the space agency begin its campaign to send astronauts back to the moon. Artemis 1 did not get off the ground in August or September after the technical hiccups, while hurricanes Ian and Nicole caused further delays. So orbit, let's speak about what it's going to do. After reaching orbit, the spacecraft is expected to embark on a journey around the moon. So it's not going to land on the moon. It's going to go around the moon, traveling roughly 2 million kilometers over the course of about 25 and a half days. So it's basically, if you know the moon, it's going to go right around, use the moon's gravity or gravitation, and then obviously fling and slingshot back to Earth, right? So Orion will then splash down in the Pacific Ocean, and maybe you can jot down this date on the 11th of December on the coast of San Diego, where recovery teams will be waiting nearby to vault it to safety. NASA requested backup launch opportunities, but this has now been launched. Now, the moon mission, let's speak a little bit about that. The Artemis 1 will test NASA's new heavy lift rocket space launch system, SLS, the biggest rocket ever built. And then, let's not forget, we as South Africans need to be proud. Why? Because, and I'm going to share this with you because it's very, very exciting. The Artemis 1 lunar mission also brings back memories of South African manufacturer Pretty Patty's unique role in the US space program. Yes, Pretty, the one that you use, Presti, call it what you want, Pretty Patty, Pretty glue, whatever it is a South African company. During the 1960s, Pretty invented the world's first epoxy putty, right? An agreement to manufacture the product under license in the United States was concluded, while the US manufacturer which introduced the product to NASA. However, the product was not yet ready for production in the United States. Subsequently, when it was decided to use it on the Ranger program, it was supplied directly from the Pretty's head office in South Africa. Yes, our country, all right? And Pretty Patty achieved recognition, the only South African manufactured product to ever go to the moon. Now, I want to add something here. There's also a base station, we spoke about this in a previous program, that's going to be set up in the Western Cape, which is going to be assisting NASA with its moon program, and that's in South Africa, so we can be proud of ourselves, right? The South African Mint celebrated the 50th anniversary of the first moon landing in 2019 with its South African Invention series, and in October 2019, Pretty Patty was also featured as part of a destination moon exhibition at the Cy Bono Discovery Center in the historic electronic workshop in the cultural precinct of Newtown, Johannesburg. If you haven't been to the Cy Bono Theatre, I urge you to actually check it out. Absolutely amazing. All right, guys, that almost brings us towards the end of the program. We just got a few minutes left before we conclude. I just want to share with you some other information as well, something along the likes of that Donald Trump, yes, the 45th American president, Donald Trump, his Twitter handle has now been reinstated by Elon Musk. I see Trump hasn't tweeted anything, but his account has been reinstated. And I don't know what Elon Musk is actually doing with Twitter. He's just going absolutely, I won't use this word very sort of benevolently, he's going nuts with Twitter and reinstating, Donald Trump. And it's not long before Donald Trump starts spewing a whole lot of nonsense like how we did in the run-up to the presidency of the United States, and then calling it, fake news and a whole lot of other stuff. Also, sort of attacking journalists as well. So that's what I wanted to share with you as well. Also, tomorrow, what's happening, and I will bring this for you on Sunday, the, what do you call it, the planetarium at the Wits University. They now got an event that's taking place tomorrow. So inshallah, I will be attending that, and I will bring you all the details from there as well. So a lot to look forward to. As we wind up towards the end of the year, a lot of the tech companies will be winding down as well. And also, they will make sure that they get ready for their launches next year. At the beginning of the year, we've seen a number of companies that introduce a whole lot of new products. And then before we conclude, lastly, that this coming Friday is Black Friday. Whether you believe in Black Friday or you don't believe in Black Friday, you've got to admit there are some really, really good specials. Whether you want a TV or computer, laptop or watch, whatever it is, there are some good specials, but there are also gimmicks as well. Please, please be careful. And if you don't need anything, if you don't need a TV or a fridge or a stove, then don't waste your money, because remember that December is a very, very long month, right? A lot of people will get paid on the 15th or 16th. And remember, that money needs to last you until the end of January. You've got school fees, you've got a whole lot of other stuff. Everything goes up, medical aid, your insurances go up. So please be careful on Black Friday. Don't overindulge yourself. And remember that sometimes people go crazy, especially at some of the franchise stores. They rush in and people get injured. It's just, ridiculous. And sometimes it's not very much cheaper as well. So Black Friday coming up this Friday, and then they got Cyber Monday as well. If you intend buying something and if you really do need something, then good and well. Then go ahead and buy it, and maybe you can get it at a significantly cheaper price, and that will be absolutely amazing because you'll able to score, right? But other than that, please really do be careful and ensure that you do not become engrossed into something that can really put you in danger and also deplete a lot amount of your cash as well. Anyway, we've come to the end of our program on Salah Media this evening. That's a TechByte. Absolutely wonderful to have you in my company. We spoke about a lot this evening about the foldable laptop, about Microsoft, about Oppo, and also Artemis One's launch, about Donald Trump being instated. And if you want to check out the full review of that Asus Zenbook foldable 17-inch OLED display, please head on to my YouTube channel. It's Faizel Patel 143. The video is been loaded this afternoon. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Very difficult to become a YouTuber in South Africa. Really, really tough. I mean, absolutely tough. And it's with your support, Jazakallah, so much that I've managed to get some good views on the videos. And I urge you to obviously tune in and put in more views there, inshallah, and also subscribe to the channel. So from myself, Faizel Patel, and my engineer for this evening, Brother Sadiq, until next week, Sunday, enjoy the World Cup if you are watching the World Cup. And let's see who is going to win. May the best team win, obviously. And inshallah, we will then, speak about it a little bit more as the World Cup progresses. 64 games to look forward to. So from myself and my engineer again for this evening, Brother Sadiq, fi amanillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.